Hello and welcome to the Community Producers. I'm your host, Vanessa Rifo. This show provides a unique look at the people and places from right here in Central Alberta. Our first story, we meet Roger Creel, a local Mobius syndrome advocate on a mission to raise awareness for this important cause.
Hi, my name is Roger Creel and I have Mobius syndrome. Mobius syndrome is a rare neurological disorder. I'm missing my 6th and 7th cranial nerves. That doesn't give me the ability to smile and do other things. There are very few people like me in the world. There's just a few of us here in Alberta. Well, I was born on June 27th, 1981. So yeah, I had to have like my eyes operated on, my feet operated on. I got my tonsils taken out. So then when I was in grade 7, I had my first smile surgery. So then in grade 8, before the year began, I had my second smile surgery. When I was in grade 9, I had surgery on my upper palate. Just trying to fit in, trying to be accepted, not understanding me, not thinking I felt like they felt, and they bullied me sometimes. And people just don't want to get too close to me unless they have to. Yeah, so it's a struggle. I'd like people to know that I have Mobius syndrome and I'm just like them. And yeah, we should be treated all equally. Well, you might see someone, you might think that he is a certain way because he looks a certain way. It doesn't have to be that way, because some people with Mobius syndrome are doctors and are very successful in life. Yeah, so you have to get to know the person before you can judge them accurately. Hey, thanks for watching this program. I hope you learned something new today. Thanks for watching.
Did you know that the Community Producers is created by Shaw TV volunteers and local access producers? It's even hosted by volunteers just like myself. If you're interested in getting involved, visit the website on your screen to learn more. Our next story takes us to Sylvan Lake for the 4th annual Central Alberta Dance Photo Shoot put on by Peggy Church. Let's check it out.
Today I'm a dancer. Today I'm a coach. What we're doing today is dance photography. So as a dancer and as a coach, I'm coming in and helping people, dancers and photographers, learn how to work together, because it's a community. Photographers are used to working with models, dancers are used to performing on stage, and we don't always have a good blend within the communities. And so it's nice to give everybody an experience and further knowledge in the artistic side of what they can do together, photography and dance. This is our 4th annual, we'll say, Central Alberta Dance Photo Shoot. And we are in Sylvan Lake this year. Last year the last 3 years we did Red Deer. And we are using a commercial retail space that was lent to us by Colette and Larry Barker. Today we have Danica, we have Kiara, we have Mike, we have Darby, we have myself, and then we have our 2 photographers. That is Rebecca and Kelly. Every year we try to mix it up a little bit. We want to get different people coming out so that we get more people having this experience. And how do you get involved? It's really, how do we find you? Or how do you find us? And so it's a networking within the community. Kelly found Darby through a Facebook portfolio that she had and invited her to come. Danica found us, again, that was another Facebook. Kiara, another person who we've shot with before, who we invited out, they let her know, hey, you might want to do this. So it's that networking and therefore also using social media. And how do we find you? This event came about from one photographer working with a couple dancers. And what I found is that our community doesn't have the experience of bringing those two things together. And so that's been our goal. Is Kelly was the one photographer and I was one of the dancers, and we just worked really well together, and we want to bring other people into it. And being creative is good for the soul, and it's good for the community, and arts is good for the soul and good for the community, and the healthier and the happier we all are, the better the community is. And so the more people we can bring together, the better this event gets every year. And so 4 years in, it's getting bigger and it's getting better. And really, it should be a positive thing. There is nothing negative about it. There's no criticism. It's all about letting people be creative and learn how to work with each other.
We're from Lloydminster, and it's just a wonderful opportunity for a full day of outside of the box design concept and a lot of fun. I used to be a dancer and a dance teacher, so I'm kind of my daughter's second-hand person, and just help her out with getting dressed and giving her ideas and guidance sometimes, but today I don't have to, so that's a little bit of a bonus. We found out about this with my daughter being contacted on Facebook with her. She just started modeling, and so she did some portfolios, and she was a dancer as well. She's been dancing since she was 4. And so they contacted her, and she said she would love to do it. And we have friends here, so it was perfect. We got to see old friends that we haven't seen for 10 years, and for her to be able to have a good day of fun with dance and modeling as well. I would just like to say that the people here are amazing, and they're so friendly, and it's just a great group of girls. And we made, what, a 5-6 hour drive, and it would be worth even more of that. It's just a wonderful, wonderful experience for everyone. It's great.
My name is Rebecca Lippiett with Dragonfly Photography, and I come to Red Deer. This is my 4th year in a row to do a dance workshop with Peggy Church and Kelly Roseborough and a bunch of dancers that we get together to just play and be creative. Peggy and Kelly had worked together before. Peggy had modeled for Kelly, and in the middle of winter there's often not a lot of photography work, and we were a little bit bored, and Peggy said, hey, you want to do a dance shoot? And Kelly said, sure. Hey, Rebecca, you want to come? And I said yes. And then we did our first shoot at Red Deer College, and we had a wonderful time, and I got to do a bunch of photography that I don't normally do, and so it was a really great learning experience for me. A lot of my work is with children and families and more posed work. So the work that I do with the dancers, obviously it's more movement. I also get to play with lighting. I typically use natural light when I do photography, so in the workshop I get a chance to play with lighting, and it doesn't really matter if I mess up or if something just becomes creative. And I've actually gotten some really cool shots playing with lighting as well, really cool action shots with backlighting, highlighting the dancers and getting them in air and getting them in motion, and it looks fantastic. It's a learning experience as we work together. At first they're a little bit anxious. They're used to dancing, not being photographed, so getting them to relax in front of the camera and actually just do the dancing in front of the camera is really important. Yeah, so they're a little bit self-conscious at first, and then they start relaxing, and then they start to play, which is wonderful. And once they start playing, that's when you get the best shots. Every year, it's a long day. It gets really tiring, but it's so much creative energy. It's creative energy coming from me. It's creative energy coming from the dancers. Peggy is absolutely amazing at getting the best out of angles, because she's been in front of the camera a lot, and so she knows what things look like in front of the camera. She's fantastic about getting the best from the dancers. She coaches them. We as photographers have fun, and the dancers have a good time, and yeah, it's just a really great event.
My name is Laurie Mccarthy, and this is my daughter Kiera, and we are from Red Deer, Alberta. Well, I was contacted by a dance mom friend of mine saying that Peggy was doing this dance photo shoot, and I thought, what an awesome opportunity for my daughter to get out there and get in front of a camera and build her portfolio, and yeah, just get some creative juices flowing.
I've really enjoyed it a lot. It's really cool being able to express your own like individuality in front of the cameras and like showing who you are as a person and as a dancer.
It's very daunting as a mom. I come from a very academic background, so I see a path as you go to high school, you go to university, you get a job. And so along comes Kiera, and she's my artistic child, and I will do anything and everything I can to support her, but it's a little bit, there's a lot of fear there just because there's so much more unknown about where she's going to end up and if she even ends up in Canada, but it's her passion and I support it no matter what.
I really like it because everyone here is really open and like willing to help each other, and everyone is getting like creativity from each other because everyone has different ideas, and like so it's great to work with other dancers and collaborate together.
I completely agree. I find that everybody, the intermixing with everybody and their other ideas, and because I was very, very intimidated coming into this because I'm not a creative person, but you don't need to be. There's so much creative passion in this room that even somebody like me can have ideas.
Well, I've had a lot of amazing opportunities with dance. Like 2 years ago, I spent my entire summer in New York training at the Joffrey School of Dance, and that was an awesome opportunity, and I got to dance under some amazing choreographers like Michael Blake, and he's the artistic director at Joffrey, and I've worked under Stacey Tukey and people like that, and it's been such amazing opportunities for me, and I'm so thankful for all of them. Next year I hope I come back and I'm doing all the same types of dance, and I would love to do this again. It's a great opportunity.
My name is Michael Moore, and I am here today at this dancers workshop, I guess, and it's mostly just for us all to be creative and allow our creative juices to flow, because a lot of times we are in rehearsals and we have a set thing we have to learn, we have to do this, do that, but today we just get to like express whatever we want. We get to try new things and just get our own creations out. I did get to come to this last year, and it was a lot of fun for me there as well. This year it's just more so being in front of the camera and just solidifying poses and just like confidence and understanding what works and what doesn't work, angles, just overall experience, I think. For me, it's just trying to be in the dance realm. Like I have a lot of interests. Definitely I do acting, dancing, a little bit of singing, but I think just any opportunity I get to practice a talent, I'm just gonna jump on it, even if it's just helping me grow a tiny bit. I think it's worth it in the end. Working with cameras, it's always good because I'm an actor, so anytime I get to be in front of a camera is practice time. I always get to practice and just focus on my craft, I guess, and just kind of hone it in. Peggy's really great. She's an awesome teacher. I've had her for a couple of projects. She did teach me when I was in college in the theater program. She helped our class choreograph some dances. I also did a internship with my friend. He invited me to he asked me to be a dancer with him in his dance, and Peggy helped choreograph it. And that was a really great project because it spanned over about 3 to 4 weeks, and it was just way more hands-on. I got to practice a lot of dance per se, and then because of that, Peggy invited me here, and it's been great ever since.
Coming up, we'll check out a unique curling bonspiel held right here in Red Deer that raises some serious funds for the Ronald McDonald House in Central Alberta. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Community Producers. I'm your host, Vanessa Rifo. The 7th annual Freeze the House Charity Bonspiel is a jam-packed 3-day curling funsville with curlers of all skill levels raising funds for the Ronald McDonald House in Central Alberta. It took place earlier this year, and we had a chance to sit down with the organizers to learn more about this special fundraiser.
Well, this is the 7th Freeze the House Bonspiel, and it's to raise money for the Ronald McDonald House. It's actually their biggest event that they do to raise funds for the house. And the Ronald McDonald House here in Red Deer, of course, has day use as well as nighttime use, and it's for everyone in Central Alberta, including those in Red Deer. 2 years ago, the day house use, there was actually over 230 families that used it, And last year there was over 900 people that used it for day use. When their children are in the hospital and families can't afford to stay somewhere, the nice thing is the Ronald McDonald House, the families can stay for $12 a day. Their meals are taken care of, their bedding's taken care of, and they're closer to their kids that are in the hospital. The fact that we got 37 teams this year, last year we only had 28 teams, that's outstanding considering what the economic times are like. And a lot of the teams that come to this event, they do this every year. The other thing that happens on the Saturday that makes it so much fun is we have the pay to the pro. And this year we're fortunate enough to have Kevin and Carrick Martin of Team Alberta and Team Canada, of course, at the event. And the nice thing about paying the pro is the teams can actually pay the pro $20 to make a shot for them. Now keep in mind, these pros are used to people that really know how to curl and do it well. And they're doing shots today that they normally wouldn't have to try to attempt because we kind of make a mess for them. Well, you can get involved with the Ronald McDonald House at any time. There are a number of places, including Fast Gas. They actually have a waiting list for people to make lunch or dinner or breakfast for the people at the house. People love to do that, but you can also get involved in the house by baking cookies, brownies, because those are being constantly baked for everyone there. And then you can also get involved in the house to try to, what can you do? You can be a sponsor for the house. You can drop off presents to the house, because I don't know if you know, but Red Deer is one of the few houses that has a treasure room, which means that the children, when they leave the house, get to take a nice present home with them, which is such a cool idea. They also make sure there's Christmas presents for everyone if they're staying at the house during Christmas. I think that's so cool. All I can say is I really appreciate Shaw for being out here and supporting this event, so that we can get more people out here next year for this event, especially since next year the Winter Games are also happening. So it's going to be a little tougher. And look for July, because we have our golf tournament in July, and we'd love to see you guys out there for it as well.
Do you have a video that you would like to see on this program? Check out the website now on your screen to learn how you can become an Access producer, just like this next video. Miss Tease is a female hip-hop artist right out of Red Deer that's sharing her uplifting messages through her music. Let's check out her next music video.
I'm tired of these cold spells, and now I'm tired of this old hell. And I'm tired of throwing my back out every day for someone that never reciprocates, yeah. And I'm tired of this one-horse town, yeah. I'm tired of these ups and downs. I'm the kind of person who will go a little crazy if my mind runs away. Good luck trying to save me.
L-O-V-E, what does that spell? That spells disaster with Trump. When you living in hell, and I gave you my heart, I gave you my soul, I gave you every piece of me when I lost control. And where do we go now? Where do we begin? I'm taking vivid memories with me, and I'm thinking you're a sin. I ain't trying to be the greatest, I'ma be the best you ever had, and I know God'll keep me blessed. How do you know when love is really true? Experience, betrayal, but I always loved you. Pain and pleasure, we never skipped a beat. Money, power, respect, it's like the growing pain when you cheat. You should've really cared what you did to me. You threw my shit outside, called the cops, it lost my dignity. I treated you good, I treated you kind. It was me against the world and you left me behind.
I'm tired of these cold spells, and I'm tired of this old hell. And I'm tired of throwing my back out every day for someone that never reciprocates, yeah. And I'm tired of this one-horse town, yeah. I'm tired of these ups and downs. I'm the kind of person who will go a little crazy if my mind runs away. Good luck trying to save me.
Live, laugh, love, that's what they all say. Cold shivers through my spine when your family left me. It's gonna be okay and it's gonna be alright. I learned to succumb to my injuries and I know my future's bright. I want you to be happy, I really mean that. You were so broken from the past, but I still value that. I hurt so deep and it still cuts like a knife. Couldn't have a civil conversation, yet I'm the low life. Nah, let's unwind, find a reason to smile. I leave in my bad times behind, I just think of you once in a while. I miss your touch and I miss your soft lips. Two things about you that I know will always
tired of these cold spells.
So tired,
And I'm tired of this old hell.
So tired,
And I'm tired of throwing my back out every day for someone that never reciprocates, yeah. And I'm tired of this one-horse town, yeah. I'm tired of these ups and downs. I'm the kind of person who will go a little crazy if my mind runs away. The love trying to save me. Ooh. I'm tired of this old hell, and I'm tired of throwing my back out every day. I'm tired of these cold spells, and I'm tired of this old hell, and I'm tired of throwing my back out every day for someone that never reciprocates, yeah. And I'm tired of this one-horse town, yeah. I'm tired of these ups and downs. I'm the kind of person who will go a little crazy if my mind runs away. The love's trying to save me.
Red Deer College has a lot to celebrate. The government of Alberta has given RDC the approval to become a university and to give out full degrees. Let's see what this means to the community.
Good afternoon and welcome to Red Deer College. I am now very pleased to introduce the person who is here to let us know the decision, the Honourable Rachel Notley, Premier of Alberta.
I am so incredibly excited to be here today with you to announce that we aren't just creating one new university, we are creating 2 new universities, and that in fact Red Deer College has been given the green light to become a recognized university. Clearly, you are very good at putting on an excellent party, and you're gonna be developing a degree in announcing things. We know that this new degree granting institution will provide hope and opportunity for people across Central Alberta. And so our government is so pleased to begin work immediately to start the college down the path to make this happen.
This is historic news. In fact, I would venture to say that this is as big a news for Red Deer in Central Alberta as 54 years ago when the college was announced and began as one of the network of junior colleges in Alberta.
The Government of Alberta and Red Deer College will begin working together with the Campus Alberta Quality Council to look for opportunities to offer additional high-quality degrees that meet the needs of the students, community, and local industry. And even once these degrees are developed, Red Deer College will still deliver the incredible trades, diplomas, certificates, and training programs that it's known for.
Building advanced education capacity at Red Deer College ensures students in Red Deer and region have more equitable access to advanced education services closer to home.
It is my pleasure now to welcome Joel Ward, RDC's President and CEO.
To our students, our communities, our families, our businesses, this day has finally come. And the significance of this announcement will resonate for generations to come, and it is because of all of you. We have been given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and together we will imagine and create the institution of which we can all be proud. Premier, Minister, Central Alberta's ready. Red Deer's ready, and RDC is most certainly ready for the future you have enabled today. Thank you. Merci, miigwech.
let's take a look at Central Alberta's Film Festival's 48-hour challenge, a challenge to produce a short film in a set time frame. Let's take a look at Max Moore, a Shaw TV volunteer, as well as a student here in RDC, and see what he came up with.
Hello everybody, I'm Rachel Stillings and I am the host of Central Alberta Film Festival. I am here with Max Moore, an amazing director who is participating in the 48-hour film challenge. So welcome Max, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Yes.
So what made you want to take part in the 48-hour film challenge?
Well, I guess it started just because I love cinema and I love films and that sort of thing, and I like being able to express ideas through motion and stillness and all that wonderful artsy jazz. And just being able to express your ideas in a new medium is fun. So I suppose that's why I did it. That's just because I love it.
Absolutely. So what inspired you to create your story? What is your story about in the film that you created?
So our story, it's called Revelations, and it's essentially just about finding that artistic drive as a photographer, and it's really brief. It's a short little, I would argue, motivational idea to inspire people scared to take that leap in photography to the shot that they know they can do. Because I love photography, and my friend Dave does as well. He's sort of the inspiration for it because he's a great photographer, somebody I look up to. And I think that being able to find that inspiration and put it into a film is a really fun idea, and where I find it personally.
Well, it's important, right? It's
Absolutely,
a very important part of it. So how do you feel this will help you progress in the future? Like for your industry, because I heard that you were modeling as well. Max is also a model.
Yep.
So how do you feel this will help you in the industry in general?
Well, I think that things like this and just being able to express yourself creatively and get out into the community in any way is important, regardless if that's cinema, modeling, anything that you're doing. And I'm a firm believer in making connections with people for whatever reason that I may need. I think that being a person people can talk to and finding people I can talk to is the most important thing. So the most important aspect of this for me is the ability to now go and meet new people because of this and make those connections and build those bridges that I wouldn't have had otherwise.
It's a great opportunity. I think it's one of my favorite things because you get to meet all these incredible people who are into the same things as you are, and you get to spit back ideas back and forth, and then you just create something beautiful. So,
absolutely. Yeah.
And this isn't the first time I've actually worked with Max. We've been doing some segments on and off. And it's just cool because I'm getting to watch him. He tampers into different things. So hosting, doing a little bit of film projects, modeling. So we're just kind of getting into a whole bunch of parts of the industry. Yeah. And it's cool because once you tour, you get to see different sides of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you may be really knowledgeable in one and very educated, and then you jump into something else and this is brand new. And you get to see a whole other side of it. And it's cool because you get completely educated in something else, and it just brings you into a wider spectrum of everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you feel about being in CAF? This is your first time.
It's a neato burrito, to say the least. Neato burrito. No, it's interesting. I find that it is always great when you can see some sort of creative development in a community. Red Deer is a smaller city, not that it lacks the creative drive, but it's nice to see a bunch of people coming together for a common cause, especially if that common cause is something that I and many other people are passionate about.
So when you created this project and you went through the whole process, how do you feel this changed you as a person, as a human being? Like how?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The best part about it was being able to put the time in to do it. As strange as it sounds, my favorite thing about it was the amount of work it actually took. In that sense, it's humbling because you don't consider these things when you're watching TV or film. You know it takes time, but you don't actually have a scope of the work that goes along with that time. And I kept bugging my friend Dave because I felt like we were spending every moment together filming that movie. And it's only 5 minutes long. It's not a long time at all, but it took us an entire 48 hours. Like we wrapped up 3 hours before it was due. And 48 hours for 5 minutes, you seem like that seems ridiculous, but in actuality, it seems almost appropriate. And I sort of like that time versus effort, like poetry that has. Not to mention like the bond that you make with the person you're working with, or people you're working with. If I had a cast, it would have been the cast and crew. It was just Dave, so that's fine. Him and I bonded, but that was about it.
You got to know each other very well. Like,
yeah. And his cat.
And his cat. Well, there you go. Like, because you guys you only had 48 hours.
Right.
Right? So how was it like being put under that amount of pressure? You had to script, edit, cast, get to build a storyboard, and yet get it all done and submitted.
I would say that it wasn't pressure, more so. In fact, I would say it was sort of a frustration. Yeah, entirely so. And that's not for any other reason than I felt as though the drive we had in the 48-hour challenge rather, was very ambiguous. And to the extent that that's fun creatively speaking, it is certainly sort of difficult to work with when you only have 48 hours. Had I been given any idea and said, hey, you have a year to work on it, absolutely we can make that work. But to say you can do any idea and then give us 48 hours to do it, that's where the frustration comes, because every idea that you have is viable. The direction that you go is completely ambiguous. It's a muddy path and you don't know exactly where to go. So being able to lay the bricks down as you go forward on it and trying to figure out what path is going to be the best, that's arguably the most intense part about it, but I wouldn't say pressure was the issue. There was no pressure in it because it's something that I love. They say that if you love what you're doing, you never work a day in your life. So
very true. That's I've never heard a statement as true as that. So what is next for you? Are you going to do any more projects in the future? Are you going to come back? Hopefully.
Yes, and hopefully. I definitely intend on doing more and more creative projects. I intend to pursue whatever modeling it is that I do with more veracity. That's something that I actually quite enjoy. I'm very passionate about that. Cinema as well. I was also, for some reason, the lead actor in the film that I did. I wish that wasn't the case. Not that I don't mind being in front of camera, but I would much rather be behind it. It's easier to see what it is you envision when you're actually seeing it, you know what I mean? And so any creative project that I want to do, I know that I have the connections and the community around me to be able to pursue that. And there's opportunities everywhere if one knows where to look. It's not for lack of trying that people don't do these things, it's simply nobody realizes that it's there and it's out. You can grab it, it's right there. And when we recognize those opportunities and we take them, that's how creative endeavors happen. And I think that if I'm going to move forward with this, it is because I'm going to take whatever creative endeavor I feel as though suits me best.
Well, that's what I love about Central Alberta Film Festival is that exactly what you were saying. There aren't enough things in Red Deer, it seems, to really get everybody involved, to like want different areas to spend your creativity, right? And so this invites you, this gets a whole bunch of filmmakers and artists together to just create.
Okay.
Great. As a volunteer for Shaw, what have you learned throughout all of the process and the experiences that you've
I wouldn't have been able to do what it is I did here at CAF without Shaw, which is weird to say. I never thought, Shaw Cable would be like a part of my life, or especially a big one. But no, like, as I said earlier, those connections. But I actually learned skills and developed abilities, if you were, to help me do this. Just understanding the gear that you're working with, I never would have done the same way. You can have a passion, but if you never pursue that passion, it doesn't ever become anything. And Shaw gave me the opportunity to pursue it. And for that, I'm infinitely grateful. I think that's awesome. And like being able to be here with you in all of this is more than I could have ever asked for, and I'm incredibly fortunate and grateful to have been a part of it. And that's literally because of the opportunities I had volunteering with Shaw.
See, and that's wonderful, because like in my experience involved with Shaw as well, it's always been very welcoming, and they're just willing to try new things and willing to get new ideas, and it's fun. There's really nothing else to explain it. You get to learn new things. You get to try both sides of the camera if you want to, and it's just an incredible experience, so I definitely recommend it. But anyways, thank you very much, Max, for coming in. It was an honor talking to you.
It was an honor talking to you as well.
Well, I'm Rachel Stillings, coming from you from the second year of Central Alberta Film Festival. I hope to see you guys next year. Bye.
I'd like to think art is, in some way, introducing mood to form. For me, it's about emotion and a moment coming into perfect stillness. That's why I take photos. I think photography captures those moments better than anything else, and it could be anywhere or anything. It could be as simple as making a cup of coffee, or light reflecting off steel in a new and exciting way. Everyone has their perfect shot or their idea of one. And it doesn't even need to be like something specific, it could just be a shot that's perfect. I've been having a hard time finding what that is for me. And I think I know what it is I'm missing. When you start doing art or anything, even photography, you shouldn't know what you're doing. It's a process. But then all at once, everything just clicks. It can make you feel talentless or purposeless, or straight up just convince you to stop doing it. It's a climb. It's a journey, and it takes an infinite amount of paths. It's just up to you to figure out which one that is. And we're always looking for our path. We're always trying to open our door. But we're always one step away from our revelation. Throw away the rules. The rules are what's possible and what's impossible, but those weren't created by people who knew them. The people that created the rules didn't care to see if there were any there. They flew by them. The only thing that you need to know is you and what you're capable of. You're the only person that's going to get that revelation, that photo, that embrace in motion and emotion.
That's all the time we have on this episode of the Community Producers. Now, if you're interested in volunteering for Shaw TV Red Deer, or you have content you'd like to see featured, visit the website on our screen to learn more. I've been your host, Vanessa Rifo. Thanks for watching.